I have called up my power bill. Okay. And I'm, and I'm going to be honest with you about something like most people. I'm a little bit guilty of like not digging into the details, right? Johnny and I were remember we were talking about our cable and internet bills the other day.
This bill is very low.
Looks pretty
to
good, right?
Yeah, very low.
Looks pretty good. So this is actually, so for people listening on the podcast, we'll help you out here. But this is my family's bill for, it looks like the month of June. This is the most recent one that I have. So Max, take us through this. We're charged $88-ish for energy, an additional $71 for regulated transmission and distribution, $1.50 for balancing pool allocation. My municipal fee to the city of Edmonton is about $11, and my retailer fees are about $8.25, for a total of pre-GST total of about $179. We'll call it $180 with about $9 of GST on there for just under $190. Take us through my power bill and help us understand what's going on here.
Yeah, well, first of all, kudos to your family for keeping the AC down.
We're trying.
Those energy, although I guess it was May, June, so
it was raining.
The low, yeah, it was raining. But so that's the actual energy you use, the actual electricity that you're pulling in to use your computer or run your AC or what have you. The regulated transmission and distribution is the charge they stick on the bill to basically pay off all of the power lines and other infrastructure that the province has built, and obviously needs to get paid off over the course of time. But the criticism back in the Redford and Stelmach days was they overbuilt that massively. They trampled over land rights of private landowners, and they just built too much transmission and distribution infrastructure, and so we as a result pay these very, very high rates compared to other provinces. The balancing pool is paying off the remainder of, you remember the story under the NDP where they basically a couple of power producers handed their assets back over to the balancing pool because prices were too low back then, and they weren't making any money. So that's just sort of amortizing that remaining debt. And then the municipal fee is the franchise fee. So that's basically what you're paying EPCOR to get the electricity from the transmission lines into your house and run their business. And then the retailer fees, I guess, retailer fees are, do you use a non-EPCOR retailer or maybe that's...
Yeah, I mean, they're not paying us anymore to say this, but we'll still give a shout out to Park Power. Park Power was an awesome Real Talk partner and sponsor, and we still have a ton of respect for them and actually recommend that people still use them, even though they don't still use us, but that's all right. But Max, like people are asking, well, Ryan, what's your rate on that power? What are your kilowatt hours? And like, I don't even know, to be honest with you. And I don't know, maybe Johnny, if you take it off the screen, I'll scroll back. And so I can
also
get back
like you're on the regulated, right? You're fixed.
Yeah, I think so.
So mine is floating, and it's been hell.
These electricity bills are so complicated to understand, and you kind of need like you almost need to take a course to understand what it means, what your options are, and it opens the door, I think, to a lot of political mischief on the part of people who want to make you angry about it and make you blame someone for it, right? And make you say, it's this current politician's fault, and it's really just the result of choices we made. There is an argument to be made about the market structure that we have in Alberta. Ironically, it's one of the reasons why we have so much renewable energy. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why Alberta was the most attractive jurisdiction in Canada for wind and solar before the UCP came and stepped all over it. But it also has its downsides, and this is one of them. I know my friends in BC, for example, they pay a lot less in electricity than we do. And that part of that is because it's a crown corporation. It's owned by the government. It's owned by citizens.
Okay, so I have the answer here. Energy charges. This is from May 8th to May 31st, using 746 kilowatt hours at just over 9 cents. And then June 1st to 6th, 207 kilowatt hours at that same price. So yeah, the fixed 9.25. Yeah. So there you have it. The answer for anybody that was curious.
And the other bummer about this is that, like, even if you put solar on your roof, you're not getting away from those distribution charges, right? So even if your energy charge goes to zero, you're pulling $0, zero electrons from the grid, you still got to pay that $71, right? Because you still have to help amortize decisions that were made 10, 15 years ago.